Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Luka stream. We're gonna play Shadowrun today because I feel like playing Shadowrun. Realistically, it's so I can justify totally playing through Shadowrun Hong Kong. Hey Moobot, what's up with that? I really hope that's a thing that only I can see, because that would be annoying otherwise. I like how Moobot chimed in just as I began to speak. That's very strange. Moobot, how do you do that? You're a weird bot. Anyway, hey, there's the video game. Okay, let's start a new game. We're just doing the main campaign. And we're just gonna do it on normal, because this game's actually quite hard. Yeah, let's run in the shadows. Let's do it. So my last character was a troll. And that was during the BLM stream. So that was a while ago. Do a troll. I just like trolls. Trolls are good. Do we get a decker at any point? No, Shadowrun handles parties differently. You actually have to hire people. You get Coyote. That's it, right? Is Coyote the only person that you get for free? I think so. Oh yeah, ages ago. Do they have the good troll in here? I don't think they do. No, the character portraits are kinda... because I don't care to roleplay anymore. My time is better spent doing other things. Yeah, the portraits here kinda suck now. I mean, that's fairly Decker, but... maybe we won't do a troll. Defaults are kind of bad. Maybe we'll do an elf? An elf decker also just kind of makes sense. Well, none of these are good either. They're... yeah, that one's good though. Okay, we'll do a human. That's a good portrait. That one's really good. Though the character model sucks. Boy. That's better. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, we have, like, there's troll, orc, dwarf, elf. It's not all, cyberpunk nonsense. Okay, spend my karma. So, for decking, we need... intelligence. Starting at 3, that's not bad to start. But we also need to be able to shoot things. Okay, hold on. Here's what we'll do. Pistol... Here's a shotgun. I never go with rifle. It would be cool, except there is a reason that bugs are not playable. There is a very good lore reason why, that's not something that this game really does. There are bugs in here. They are not good. In fact, they specifically appear in this game. Do that. Then we'll go with my actual Shadowrun street name. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, though. Because it's a good third act twist. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now it's about all you have left. Running the Shadows is all about feast or famine. One day you're Nova Hot, working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging, Fixer hasn't called, the money's run out, and then some. Sinless and free. Free to starve in the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your new yen. That's, the world's universal currency. Something needs to change, and soon. Okay. Okay, so here's where I preface this by saying I don't like Shadowrun Returns very much. It's a fine game, but the later 2 games are infinitely better. A slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. Cool. Your notebook, calendar, contacts, that kind of thing. View my list of contacts. Carter, Detroit, Fixer, no response to messages. Dowd, Runner, dead. Felton, Nash, Fixer, missing since February. New Larry, Runner, dead. Sam Watts, Runner, question mark, probably in a gutter somewhere. Okay. View my personal calendar. It's empty, nothing to do. I'm gonna turn, actually, hold on. I should probably turn cursor capture on since we are playing an RPG. The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey, buddy, hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again, or worse. You're zoned. Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. There's an ant on my desk. I want it to not be on my desk. Just one reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business. Like you, for example. So, why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are me. Hey, you remember that Renraku run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterwards? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Dowd, that's a name you haven't heard in a long time aside from when I just looked at my notebook. Just now? Okay, combat tutorial. I believe there is, a mod to this game? No, I'm thinking of... In Shadowrun Hong Kong, people actually just recreated this campaign in that game's, engine. And it's actually really good, but I want the, true intended experience for this stream. Yes, our character sounds like they're having a bad morning. That is every morning when you're a Shadowrunner. Sangoma is an urban shaman who proved her worth during a run against Fuchi last fall. She's the quiet type, an experienced runner. We're out in the open here, Alleycat. Ready to bolt? Neg, not yet. Let's give the Fixer another 5 minutes. Oh, cool. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dowd, never saw anybody die like that before. Idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fragging city, Alleycat. It's wet and the rain feels like acid and I want out of here. I get it. Now take a pill and relax. Sure, Alleycat, sure. Whatever you say. This Shadowrun is... That's a whole different beast. That one's weird. Though you will see... The protagonist of that one is Jake Armitage, right? Or is that the Genesis Shadowrun game? I can't remember which one that is. I think that's the one with Jake. I don't know, Alley Cat. Sam is a good guy and can hold his own in the fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on runs so far, but he needs watching. He shakes his head. That run went sideways 9 ways to Sunday. Now the fixer is late. Smell funny to you? Hell yeah, it smells funny. Look at where he set the meeting. This was supposed to be a public place. Cut the dreck, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down, and it wasn't the fixer or some paranoid chip dream of yours. Sam smiles, a toothy smile. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say, don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. You're sloppy. He laughs. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. That true, Sam? Did you miss a beat back there? No, Alley Cat. I didn't miss a beat. I was on my game the whole time. Remember, I was on point. New Larry was supposed to cover Dowd. Something dawns on him. He leans into New Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up. And he knows it, don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Renraku? How come you couldn't geek that guy before he unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. Did you keep us here long enough, Larry? He stops, and a smile slowly appears on his face. Looks that way. Sorry, Alley Cat. I kinda like you. I just like money better. Yeah, I know we've got incoming. At least we have each other. Oh, that's actually a really good line considering we know he's dead now. See, so I played this game, I should have played this on easy now that I'm thinking about it. I played this game well before I had actually gotten into Shadowrun, so it's going to be interesting playing this again with all of the additional context that I have now. Especially for future stuff. Do I have a... So I picked... So hey, explain this to me. I put points into rifle and the game gives me a pistol. That seems fair. You are not behind cover where you are? How are you still alive, dude? So, I will mention, oh, wait, does it have it? No, it doesn't look like it. So, in the campaign that people recreated, for this, in Shadowrun Hong Kong, they added a lot of environmental stuff where you can actually take people out without even needing to shoot them. Like, there'll be, like, a cargo container, like, right above these folks, so you can just drop it on them. It's really cool. I did write an article about this game, yeah. Well, I wrote an article about Shadowrun, not specifically just this game. More about the CRPG series than just this specific one. Okay, you're dead. Do more people filter in? Ah, yeah, they do. I was like, I remember this being harder. Do I have any grenades? Not that I can use, no. Alright. And I think I mentioned in that article that unfortunately the combat is basically the worst part of these games. I genuinely don't like it much at all. I'm sorry? Why did that skip over everybody else's turn? Oh, fuck. Did my no... Ah, fuck. Well, that's a problem. You need to die, like, yesterday. Thank you. Ooh, good shot. Fuck yeah. That was good. Sangoma lowers her gun. Eyes Sam. You okay, Sam? Sam's breathing is heavy and he looks shaken. That was a hell of a thing. Part of the life, Sam. You know that. You were born for this gig, Alley Cat. Me, not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up. Find a nice brothel somewhere. Stay drunk until I croak. What about you? Me? I do this. It's the only life I know. Well, you're a dumbass, and I'll drink to you when you're dead. Who am I kidding? I'm not gonna outlast you. Guess you can drink to me. He was right. So I do, whenever I play these games, I try to maintain a continued canon for the protagonist, because I really like the idea of this character being the character that goes on to do Dragonfall and Hong Kong. It, especially considering Shadowrun Hong Kong kind of references this location and this setting a lot. And I think that's a really good idea, though it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because it doesn't really reference that in the way of your character being this character, but it's still interesting. Hi, Needle. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So, I set up a dead man's switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 new yen insurance policy, payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction, or in a body bag with justification. Either works. Oh, cool. I like lots of birds. Lots of birds is good. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Mangert, and McCain. When the job is done, they'll know what to do. He turns to his left. Chet? The camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watts' wishes, Rogers, Mangert, and McCain had installed a secure dedicated phone line so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. The camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up, talks seriously. First time. Look, Alley Cat, I've led a Drek life and I probably left a Drek corpse. Drek is, that's Shadowrun slang for shit, basically. I've hurt people, hurt myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? I'd say my schedule's pretty clear right now. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Guess I'm heading back to Seattle. But where are we now? If we're not in Seattle right now, where are we? Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped back seat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Redmond Barrens is a fucking shithole. It's a ghetto. One of the worst ever. Organ Grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for new yen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watts' body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. I'm gonna refill my coffee really quick. I have not played the Deus Ex games. I am generally not very interested in narratives that center around, this straight white dudes. So Deus Ex has never really appealed to me. Hey, Dresden. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, "I love my job, a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade." As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. "Sorry, didn't expect any visitors this hour. And some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, ma'am?" "Are you the coroner?" "I'm John Dresden, the Organ Grinders branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are... no one you've heard of. Now, tell me about Sam Watts." He fixes you with a hard gaze. "Careful, friend. I can have Lone Star here in 2 minutes. Now, what makes you think I didn't know anything about Sam Watts?" "Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here." "I see. Well, you're right, he's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it yet, what with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So, who told you he was dead?" "Sam's digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I got sent a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch." The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. "A dead man's switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over there." "Hello, dear Sam." "He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown." "Emerald City Ripper?" He sighs. "Not my title. That's what the Seattle press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. That's exactly like... Hey, Dresden? That's exactly like Jack the Ripper. That's not more twisted, that is exactly as twisted." What prize did the Ripper take from Sam?" "Watts' liver was cleanly cut out." "Whiz, what else?" "The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had the spleen removed." "Dresden, get out here!" "Oh no, it's Detective McCluskey." Shit. A cab. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet. His face an ashen white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest, there's a small, pencil-thin incision covered in dry blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Look at the business card. Teamstresses Union. Cool. That's a cool place. Look at the cred stick. I'll take it. Money. Look at the purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing and blood is thoroughly soaked it. Yeah, that's not interesting. You can only see part of the note, given the torn off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we have been long. To Sam's sort. To you there, love, Jessica. So, could I just, like, leave? No, I shouldn't. Hey, bud. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of central casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. So this new wow, what am I trying to do with this voice? So this new Rippervic Watts. Name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time? He chortles. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. This Ripper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. Has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy, too. Yeah, it's almost as if, like, he's a cop and he's an authority, so he's probably just talking about himself and his gut. So, I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon? Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days, it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. You're no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star Detective finally notices you. You note his superhuman powers of observation. Who the hell are you? I'm new in town. You the welcoming committee? If you're new in town, let me be the first to tell you that I run the show. If you get in my way, you'll end up back here on a slab. He seems nice. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I am putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. We don't like him. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? I'm great at dinner parties, too. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? I'm trying to think about it like... Okay, so... At this point, since we're doing Game 1, Story 1, we are just a normal Shadowrunner. So... This is the answer. Fascinating again! Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 new yen a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? On the take, so who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career. And wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Sounds like you disagreed with the findings. My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. Oh yeah, that sounds very cop, huh? What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of new yen, but individual organs? Not worth as much anymore. What with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ Grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky though, and they don't care where the bodies come from either. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible some of the slimier chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. Have you heard of the Seamstresses Union? It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlifes. You'd probably like it. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus, the dead are just easier to get along with. Ooh. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay then, I'll go do that. We got a really good cameo here. The cold storage locker is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Open the drawer. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Whoa, easy there! In one quick move, he jumps down from the locker and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Sorry, didn't expect you to be so... alive. Yeah, Dresden thinks he's pretty funny. You're not the first person he's pulled this on. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I noticed you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? The latest Ripper victim. Did you know him? Sam, eh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy. Always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells toward the other side of the room. John, is this lady cool? Yeah, she's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man's switch. I thought you could help her out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Yeah, basically. I'm gonna actually solve a crime, which is something that cops don't do. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alright then, the name's Jake. And you are... Nice to meet... I'm still waiting for the ending of your story. Fair enough. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right, I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night. The night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstresses Union that night, tripped out and rowdy. I'd been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. He winces. Damn. Maybe I need some soy calf after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are busy and dirty anyway. Now what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat corp bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. That is a gang that I would happily join. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off of my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him. Until he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. You've done this before? It's a long story. I end up in the morgue more often than the average guy. Yeah, Jake here's a regular. Should have started the rewards card, Jake. A few more visits and you get a free night's stay. Jake laughs. I'll hold you to that, John. Anyway, they found Sam's body less than a block away from the Union, missing liver and all. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leaders got the whole gang searching the barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. Jake eyes you up and down, and maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright, Jake, get me in. Great! I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers, but this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. He yells over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So, you need a weapon? I like to keep my distance. Got a rifle? You don't like library windows, do you? Never mind. Here's a rifle you can borrow. So, ready for an evening out on the town? If you're buying. So Jakey here is the protagonist of, I believe, the SNES Shadowrun game. The one that's like, a point and click in the style of Nightshade. So it's very cool to have him, cameo in this way later game that is way better. Run in the Seattle sprawl, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business, the Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum, and a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. So this part is interesting. There was an event that happened in Seattle. I believe it was around the tower that's in Seattle. That like killed thousands upon thousands of people and left that like a huge area of Seattle completely radioactive and completely inhospitable to human life. Aside from a large population of ghouls, which are, I mean, think of like Fallout ghouls, they're fairly similar. There's feral ghouls and there's less than feral ghouls, but, you know, you get it. I need to hit continue, because space doesn't do that. We get a bit more with ghouls in, Dragonfall. They are suspiciously, vacant in this game, despite taking place in a location that should be full of them, but, you know, whatever. Hey, Vlad. As you approach, the man sizes you up. You can see the age-old fight-or-flight equation running behind his drug-clouded eyes. Behind the track marks on his arms, you spot a set of tattoos that indicate he is, or at least was, a shaman. Hey man, you okay? The spirit. Okay. Where am I going again? Oh yeah, here. I do really like the location of Seattle in this universe, though. It's really cool. Though, I will say, Cruise Bazaar in Dragonfall, and just like the entirety of Hong Kong in Shadowrun Hong Kong is so fucking cool. Like, God, it's... Kowloon in Shadowrun Hong Kong is really cool. Aesthetically anyway. It's not a cool location in the game, Nor is it a cool location when it existed in real life. But it's cool in this universe, aesthetically. I cannot clarify that enough. Hidden in the garbage-strewn alley is a high-tech safe with a mag card reader on the front. Open the safe with Jake's mag card. What did we get? Oh, I got a deck. Didn't we have one? Practically, yeah. I do believe, no, not Chicago. Boston, I believe, is a big one in the Shadowrun universe. I think it's Boston. We'll know by the end of this game whether it's Boston or Chicago. Because some events happen here that are related to events that happen here. Good shooting, Jake. So, welcome to the Barrens. Guess I'll need to find a new spot to hide my gear. Good dead drops are so hard to keep. He chuckles. Well, at least they were too dumb to break my maglock. Now that you've got some gear, let's go deal with those Halloweeners. Sure thing, Jake. Let's go talk to Worried Man. The man before you appears well-mannered, but nervous. Excuse me, ma'am. I don't know you, but you look like you can handle yourself in a fight, and we need some help. Calm down. How can I help? Thank you. Some thugs are shaking down the market we've set up here. It's been getting worse lately. I don't think we can afford to pay them forever. But no one will stand up to them, and Lone Star isn't about to get involved. Where is this market of yours at? It's just on the street, ma'am. Please, our livelihoods depend on this market. Okay. I'll help. The fun thing about being a Shadowrunner is, that you actually get to be altruistic in a world that sucks. The thug attempts to use his bulk and hideous breath to intimidate the shopkeeper. The old woman is holding firm, but you can see the thug's patience fading fast, and he looks like he's about to start breaking things. Eh? Who the hell are you? Bet your mom's real proud of you right now. Like I ain't never heard that before. I don't see a badge, so why don't you mind your own? Because I'm sick of gutter punks like you. Yeah, okay. You tried, bud. Ah, shit. I really hate when combat starts, and it starts me, like, not in any cover whatsoever. It's really annoying. Considering how important cover is in this fucking game. Yes. A Shadowrunner is literally a mercenary. I cannot thank you enough. I hate to see such bloodshed, but those men would not take no for an answer. We simply want to make our way in the world. The shopkeeper holds out a few new yen. Please, that's the least we can do. Keep it. You need it more than I do. Done and done. We have karma that we can spend. Which means... What's our charisma at? Ooh. But we need to get another one of these. We need to get to 4. But we can level up our decking to 3. That would be good. That would be good to do. I always choose Decker in these games, especially when I make content, because it has the better chance of showing, a wider breadth of the game's content. Because decking has its own whole little thing, and it's pretty in-depth. Her clothes may be dirty, but this woman is far from downtrodden. Hey, not that it's my business, but I wouldn't go that way. Why? What's going on? Just some Halloweeners stirring up trouble again. She points to the south. They rode in this morning on those fancy bikes. Set up camp in the old street market. They've been marching up and down the street all day, shaking down anyone that wanders past. Typical. Well, odds are those are the guys we're after. I also tend to min-max speech, but in this Shadowrun game in particular, it is very important to get your combat stats sorted out as soon as possible, because there is a steep curve, like steep difficulty curve, once you start actually going out on missions. Sounds like a friendly bunch. Are you going to be safe out here? She laughs. You think I'm dumb enough to get caught out in the open by one of those assholes? Nah, I know the streets like the back of my hand. Worry about your own skin. They're going to be in for a rude surprise. You might want to clear out before the shooting starts. She looks you over, then nods. Don't need to worry about me. I know how to lay low. They're a tough bunch, though. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay. Hey, boys. Oh, you're a nice boy. Hi. Yeah, swipes. Take another step forward and we are going to plant you right there. This is Halloweener property now. This is one of the two that got away. If I hadn't missed my shot, these idiots would have given up and moved on by now. Wait a minute, you're rolling with Jake? Bad idea, chummer. The Halloweeners are collecting that bounty, and killing you? Well, that'll be a nice bonus. Man, you guys jump into combat at the drop of an... Ow! God! That's so not fair! Do I have any skills? I don't need to do that. Oh, I kind of do, actually. Really? Okay. Well, Jake's good at what he does. Alright. Should there be like a bigger enemy here? Or was that maybe just in the... Oh, nope, never mind. I almost spoke too soon. Why are you going for me? You want to kill Jake. Why are you trying to kill me? Oh, fuck. Whoa, whoa, uncle. I was just playing with you. I'll call off the rest of the Halloweeners, Jake. Call it even, yeah? Then lower your weapon and... what do you think, Jake? He smirks. Hey, I'm already at shoot-on-sight status with these guys. Killing John Paul means one less wiener to shoot me in the back while I'm buying smokes. Hell, they'll be doing the same to you as soon as there's a profit in it. You're right. Let's finish this. I can't believe he called them wieners. Ow! Cool. The wieners are dead. I think I know exactly where I'm going. Yep, I do. I'm big smart, and I know video games good. As you approach the scene of Sam's murder, Jake spies the flashing red and blue lights up ahead. Whoa, hold up a minute. Lone Star isn't above collecting on a corp-issued bounty, and the one on my head isn't going away anytime soon. He sighs. Sorry, friend. I think this is where our paths diverge. Thanks again for the help with those Halloweeners. Here's your payment. They don't take new yen where I'm going, and you look like you could use the funds. Likewise, Jake. Give me a call when you're in the clear. Yeah, sure. He starts to leave, then tilts his head back. Hey, one more thing. When you're done checking out your pal's crime scene, pop into the Seamstresses Union. It's just down the street. You need gear, information, or just a damn stiff drink? That's the place to be. Best dive this side of Chicago. I used that place as a base of operations for years back in the day. Make the right friends there, and I'm sure you'll get to the bottom of this Reaper business. Well, nice knowing ya. Jake turns and disappears into shadowy depths of the Redmond Barrens. I'm about to say something very stupid. Possibly very stupid. I thought we were in Seattle. Chicago's a city, right? So, like, why did he say Chicago? We're in Seattle. Why did he say Chicago? Was this maybe supposed to... No, but he was talking about the Seamstresses Union. How it's the best dive this side of Chicago. But we're not in Chicago. We're in Seattle. Jake... What's up, bud? Do you know where you are? I guess? That is a very confusing statement, though. The bright yellow police tape, like, this side... Oh! Okay. I don't like that phrase. Very confusing. The bright yellow police tape cuts through the darkness, directing your eyes to the white chalk outline and dark red stain marking the slab of pavement where Sam Watts died. Cops don't actually, they don't do that. They don't do this. This is not a real thing that they do. This is just from movies. Just so you guys know. Standing at the entrance to the alley is a Lone Star officer. The cop looks cold, hungry, and irritated at the homeless man who's currently pestering him. I keep telling you, I need to get my stuff from the alley or I'm gonna die in the cold tonight. That's true. They might think that cops actually do this. That is such a good point. Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. The officer sighs. And I've been trying to explain to you that this is an official Lone Star investigation and I can't let anyone in here. Hey, I got rights. Look, you sinless garbage, I've got a job to do. Find a new blanket or I'll find reason to use my stun baton. Yep, that's a cop. Typical. I hate all you pigs. A-cab. Homeless man said A-cab. He looks in your direction. Now what? A coroner Dresden sent me over. Doesn't mean jack to me, unless someone radios me with an update in my orders or that nobody gets in. Oh, cool. Meet my friend, Mr. Credstick. We just need a few minutes to look around. Wait, no. Where would I get a soy calf? There is a donut vendor right here. That is way more economic. I should talk to the homeless man. The streets have not been kind to this man, but they've also hardened him. This man is clearly a survivor, though one wrestling with the onset of age and arthritis. I saw you over there with that rat bastard cop. What do you want? You look cold and hungry. Want a hot soy calf and jelly-filled donut? I'm homeless, not helpless. Thank you, but no thanks. I remember the old days, the taste of real coffee. And let me tell you, that Drac, that's not real coffee. Know something about the murder that took place here? He squints at you, suspicious. You a copper, or working for some corp? Nope, I'm as sinless as you. Mind answering a few questions? So, obviously, you guys know what sin is. Social insurance number. I think your sin became kind of like it basically functions the same way that it functions in reality. But in Shadowrun it is used as well to very easily track you. Yeah, basically. So Shadowrunners, they burn their sins when they become Shadowrunners, so they're like completely off the grid. But there are also some people who just don't have them, so they are not officially recognized citizens of The world? Because I guess sins exist everywhere. It's like a global thing now. This is one thing that I'm kind of iffy on, because it's such a minor element that I don't know that a lot of Shadowrun media really covers it. Not the games, really, or Neo Anarchist podcast doesn't really cover it as far as I've listened. Yeah, probably. That's probably what it is. Since corps are now like their own nations and stuff, they probably have the power to do that. I should also read through that. I started reading through it at some point, and then I just kind of dropped off. Hey, what makes you think I'm sinless? Ha! Just messing with you. Of course I'm sinless. System ID number, my ass. What kind of questions you got? Well, you know what? I'm considering putting together a game of like the actual TTRPG at some point. So if you wanna, you are one of like, I think 2 people in the server, in the Discord server, who I've talked about wanting to get into it. So maybe we could set something up at some point. Did you see the murder? Nope, and I can't say I'm sorry I missed it. I was hauling crates for Mrs. James up at the market. Can't carry as many as I used to, so it took a while. Got back here in time to see a couple of tourists puking all over my home turf. By then, that jerkface in the uniform had already set up shop in my alley. So it sounds like you live in this alley? Sure, for the last couple of months I've been sleeping there. But I spend my days out doing odd jobs for the street merchants or panhandling tourists over near the Steamsters Union. What else did you see that night? Well, you know, earlier in the night I saw a big and ugly troll in green hospital scrubs snooping around the block. He bought some donuts and 2 cups of soy calf off of Dan over there. Seemed nervous, but he did everything with his left hand, because his right was all screwed up with some cyberware. Yeah, that's fair. I will consider starting to put together a campaign. And then if I ever get around to actually, you know, having it set up, I'll put the call out. Well, it was big, and it must have had some hospital attachments because I saw some needles. It was a lot like one I saw back in 44 when I got captured by elves. They did all sorts of experiments on me, let me tell you. Never trusted one of them cyber people. It is. We tried to do a D&D podcast on my YouTube channel, and we did like 1 episode, and then it just became impossible to get people together to do it again. That's all I needed to know, thanks. See you around. Long night, eh? You looked cold, so I picked up a donut and some soy calf for you. Hey, thanks. The officer's face lights up as he takes a sip. He seems pretty trusting for an officer of the law. You know, when my dad was a cop, this was back when cops actually worked for the government, he said folks would buy him coffee all the time, but I ain't seen it till now. Yeah, that's because you're all pigs. So, what can I do for you? I'm actually working for the dead man to help find his killer. Can I come into the alley and look around a bit? Your client is the chalk line? That's messed up, woman, but I respect it. Okay, but don't mess anything up. Not that anyone would likely notice because the forensics aren't coming back. Huh? Test tube piece. Interesting. 2 distinct sets of footprints. A human's ending at the chalk outline in a larger set, possibly Orca Troll, following just behind the first. I need to grab the homeless man's stuff. Pick up the coat and blankets. Oh. Oh, that was what I was supposed to do. Oh. Fucking cops, man. Hey there, youngin'. I think this coat and these blankets belong to you. I believe so, yes. I believe these are PC only. My stuff! Mighty decent of you. Don't see that kind of thing too often out here. No problem, dude. Though I will say, if you have even like a decently like a middle of the shelf PC, you should be able to run these. Yeah, same. Or just grab like there's a full bundle of all three of them up on Steam that you can and should buy because these games are phenomenal. Alright. Let's talk to Dan real quick. You sell some donuts to a troll wearing scrubs last night? Maybe. What's it to you? I sell a lot of donuts to a lot of people. I know how Lone Star profiles metahumans. I tell them about a troll that bought donuts from me right before a murder. They'll haul him in just to see if anyone will pay the bail. Not today, my friend. Alright, you made a lot of assumptions about who I am and what I wanted to do with that information. The dwarf merchant is packing up her stand for the night. I'm closed, come back tomorrow. Yeah, you're not gonna give me anything. Like, what's going on here? Nope. Don't want to deal with him. Can I go back out into the Barrens after I go in here? I don't know that there would be much point in doing that, but I wonder if I can. Relative to the rest of the Barrens, Touristvale is a neon-clothed oasis. At its heart is the Seamstresses Union, housed in an old brownstone building on the corner of Illegal and Opportunity. Bums huddle together, gangers strut the streets, and the occasional salaryman comes slumming. The Union building has been retrofitted, rebuilt, and restored so many times that it's like an aging starlet wearing too much makeup in an attempt to stay young. The wild ivy growing out of the gutters adds to this effect. As you enter, the murmur of hushed conversation washes over you. The dive bar denizens raise their heads, take your measure, and then go back to their business. This is the kind of place where everyone knows your name, but keeps to themselves. I'm gonna take a little break before we continue. You guys sit tight. Alright, I am back. So I'm gonna say this right now, it feels very, very good to be playing this again. The Shadowrun universe is like, it's my comfort place. I like it a lot. Which is weird to say considering how dark and fucked up it is a lot of the time, but it's great. The bartender is a striking elf sporting a perfectly toned body, perfectly pouty lips, and perfectly tapered ears. Her eyes harmonize Save Me and Take Me in equal measure, hitting just the right notes for the maximum extraction of tips. Hey there, I haven't seen you here before. What can I get you? Something dirty in a clean glass. Ooh, a hard case. I like that. Okay, hard case, I'll get you something stiff. She starts to turn away when a man with the face of a survivor and the zeal of a convert tugs at her arm. Hard. It's clear the two have a history. They try to keep their voices low, but the intensity of their conversation makes them easy to overhear. Cherry, you have to listen to me. If you stick around here, you could wind up dead or worse. The Ripper is out there and he's real. That last killing happened just down the block, and now Coyote's missing. They'll probably find her tomorrow in a dumpster without her head. Come on, Cherry Bomb, think. I think plenty, Shane. I'm getting a PH freaking D from UW in neuroprosthetics studying under Odgmans. How am I paying for it? Bartending. Tips. There are faster ways for a Baron's girl to earn that kind of scratch, but I'm not taking them. So what do you want from me? I want what you want. A better life. A better world for everyone. The Universal Brotherhood can give you that. I've heard this all before. This isn't some trick to get us back together. Things are different now. I'm different now. The Brotherhood... Cherry Bomb's pretty face is hard. Armored in lipstick and low expectations. I love Cherry Bomb a lot. She's so good. The Universal Brotherhood is for other people, Shane. Rich Bellevue types who can afford their membership fees and voluntary donations. This isn't about money. It's about binding the world together in brotherhood. Come with me. Attend a discovery meeting. Get to the core of who you are. I heard Lynn Telestrian give a talk last night called The New Family of the Sixth World. Yeah, the Universal Brotherhood is Scientology, yeah. So these are... So... Okay. I can't really talk about how metahumans in this world works without doing a whole spiel. So, okay. Back in, like... basically our time, everything was normal. Everything, I think leading up to like around 2000-ish, the world was basically exactly the same as it is in our world. And then came a point where magic started returning to the world, and this manifested slowly with people, you know, manifesting very minor magical powers, and then escalated into babies being born as elves or dwarves, as well as human. And they're basically functionally the same as humans. They just have the different physiology, you know? They are adept at certain different things, but they aren't necessarily magical. And then later on, orcs and trolls became a thing. And it didn't happen like elves and dwarves. It happened suddenly and spontaneously, with people suddenly becoming orcs and trolls. Like, you're sitting at work or in a classroom, and suddenly you are transformed into an orc. And, that's fucked up. That sucks. The different races in Shadowrun do have different stat thresholds. They, like, orcs and trolls have a lower maximum intelligence, but, like, there's no functional difference between any of these specific races. It's just a matter of how they look, basically. Sort of, kind of. It really depends on which edition of Shadowrun you're playing as well. The CRPGs kind of take advantage of like different stat thresholds for each race, but it's not great. Yeah, it's not great. That did lead to a lot of racism. Because, you know, orcs and trolls in popular media tend to be the bad guys. So they were kind of villainized a lot after the whole goblinization event happened. Around the time that all this happened, a lot of supremacy groups started to, you know, pop up. And we deal with that a lot more in Shadowrun Dragonfall. I don't know that we necessarily deal with it here or in Shadowrun Hong Kong. Coincidentally, Shadowrun Dragonfall is my favorite fucking game in this entire series. And it's for those reasons, because it actually deals with the socio-political stuff in Shadowrun a lot more than the other two do. Anyway, let's continue. I've got a family right here, Shane. They're drunks and lowlifes and whores, and I'd choose them over any of your Brotherhood members. Now, Buzz, I need to get back to work. With body language that leaves no question that the conversation is over, Cherry Bomb turns her back on him. And he just sprints off. Sorry, I got interrupted. I heard. He's got the strength of the righteous, doesn't he? Her pretty eyes narrow. Be careful about whose conversations you listen in on here. Some folks aren't as friendly as I am. You've got a look that says you're not just here for the entertainment. Are you a badge? Do I look like a cop? She flutters her eyelashes. No, baby. You look like someone who knows the shadows. We're trained to spot a bronze the moment they walk in here. Something I can help you with? God, I love Cherry Bomb. I have a few questions. Ask away. That guy mentioned Coyote. She here? She looks worried. No, I think she's away on business. Business, huh? Is she a shaman? With a name like Coyote... She laughs. No, she shot a coyote once, thinking it was a shaman who double-crossed her. We've been calling her Coyote ever since. Her face falls. She's been missing for a couple of days now. Some people think the Ripper got her, but I know her. Coyote can take care of herself. Ever hear the name Sam Watts? She nods. Sam was a regular customer here and a regular pain in the ass for as long as I've been here. Talked a big game, but he was always broke. As soon as he got any money in his pocket, it went straight to his head. Chips, drugs, or booze. Coyote had a soft spot for him, though. Did you see Sam on the night he died? No, that was Coyote's shift. Tell me about this place. Some come here for booze, some for companionship, others are looking for something they can't get anywhere else. If it's illegal or immoral and it can be bought, sold, rented, or consumed, you can probably find it here. The union seems to attract people like you. I love the Seamstresses Union so much, it's so cool. Who was that you were talking to? Shane, old boyfriend. He used to work here. Then one day he saw a billboard for the Universal Brotherhood and that was that. Went to a meeting, made new friends, moved in with them. I was happy for him until he started coming around trying to recruit me. I don't need that dreck. Who runs this place? I want to talk to them. That'd be Mrs. Kubota. She's in the back. You can't miss her. Whiz. No sweat. Talk to you later. Ah, Cherry Bomb's so fucking good. Can I get gear and stuff yet? I can. You don't sell anything that I would want. You sell armor? No, that's downstairs. Alright. Bye! Posted at the doorway to the VIP section is a tower of a troll muscle-wrapped in an impossibly tailored suit. Posted is a tower of troll. That is a weird sentence. Whether the product of good genes or expensive aftermarket cosmetic work, the troll's gleaming horns perfectly frame his face, and his polished tusks and goatee accentuate the set of a lantern jaw. Welcome. Please behave yourself. That's a good joke. Funny place for the architect to put a wall. Load-bearing, too. You have business here? Looking into the death of Sam Watts. Heard about that. Real shame what happened to him. There is a sharpness in Chloe's eyes, the look of a man who has seen much and earned wisdom at a young age. I figure Sam was the type who needed to be thrown out on occasion. Encouraged to call it a night, I'd say. Sam was a drunk, but he usually wasn't a violent one. God, that would be so good. Okay, no. I don't even care if it's multiplayer. I just want a Shadowrun game that has the budget of, like, Divinity Original Sin 2. Just, like, a game of that scale in the Shadowrun universe would be so fucking good. And, like, obviously Harebrained Schemes has earned a lot of good faith with the gaming community at large, especially with, like, Battletech. And I really want them to, like, eventually come back around to Shadowrun and make a game in its universe that is, like, at the scale of Battletech. Like, ugh. They do such a good job with these games. Usually? What about the night he died? He was a bit agitated, didn't catch the specifics. Might have been over a woman. Thought I was going to have to show him out, but I had to deal with a couple of rival go-gangers posturing for one of the working girls upstairs. Jake helped Sam out instead. I appreciate you talking with me. Happy to help. So I can come in. Oh yeah, I can just walk in. Cool. There's Mrs. Kubota. Noog. Johnny Clean. Johnny Clean is actually a very interesting character. I think we get a little bit of context as to who Johnny Clean is later on in this game, but we don't get the full backstory. It's very, very interesting. The man is dressed like a janitor, but is wearing unusually clean overalls. He's tall, rail thin, and has a cunning look in his eye that says he's more than just a maintenance man. Howdy, name's Johnny Clean. You new? Yeah, first time. Just getting a look at the place. Well, enjoy yourself. This looks like your type of place. I'm just sweeping up a bit. Alrighty. Hey, Noog. You sell stuff I'm not going to use. Mrs. Kubota watches you cross the room, sizing you up as you approach. As you get closer, you can see that she's of mixed race, African and Japanese. Her demeanor says, "This is my house, mess with it at your peril," but her eyes twinkle with a playful light when she speaks. I'm not super down for Baldur's Gate 3 if I'm being fully honest, because that, I don't know. I feel like games in that particular setting are really, really played out at this point. I'm just exhausted by, like, you know, conventional D&D stuff. Even Planescape is like, fuck, I don't care, man. Planescape especially is like grimdark bullshit that I don't give a shit about. I tried playing Planescape Torment and, like, not for me. Konbanwa, good evening. Are you enjoying the Seamstresses Union? There should be plenty for a woman like you to enjoy. She eyes you closely. Or is this business? I just need a moment of your time, Mrs. Kubota. I have topics to discuss. Soka. So, and why should I help you? Sam Watts. I'm looking for his killer. Her face brightens, amused. Ah, so you are the little insurance policy he would go on about when he was drunk. His avenging angel who would strike back for him from beyond the grave. What do you want to know? How well did you know Sam? I knew him. We all did. Sam was a regular here whenever he could beg or borrow enough new yen to become altered in some way. Drugs, chips, alcohol, it didn't matter to Sam, as long as he was bent. He was always looking for his next fix. He clung to this place like it was his lifeline, and we treated him as part of the family, even if none of us truly liked him, except Coyote. I would say Baldur's Gate doesn't necessarily fit into... Well, no, it does kind of fit into Tolkienian fantasy, doesn't it? Planescape doesn't. Planescape is like its own kind of like unique thing, but it's so just like there's no fun in Planescape. Did you see Sam on the night of his death? He was here, quite inebriated as he often was. Coyote was working the bar that night, and she informed me that Sam was getting rowdy and belligerent with other customers. When I requested he leave, he refused. My bouncer, Mr. Clouet, was off dealing with another issue, so I requested that Jake escort Sam out the back door to the alley. That was the last I saw of either of them. Why is this place called the Seamstresses Union? During the Gold Rush years, there was a census, and the politicians wanted as high a number as possible to gain power and revenue. To bolster their numbers, they decided to include all the working girls, of which there were many, to the rolls. However, given the times, they could not list the girls' true occupation, so they entered them all as seamstresses. When a girl accumulated enough money to open her own place of business, she named it the Seamstresses Union so potential workers would know that they would be treated fairly there. And thus, a rich tradition was born. That's really fucking interesting. I love that, and I love this location for that. That's so fucking cool. So you're a former seamstress? No. Perhaps when we know each other more, I will reveal more about myself. For now, enjoy the union. Yeah, that's fair. But like, that being said, I don't like, if I were to put together a TTRPG like party, it wouldn't be in D&D. It would be in like Shadowrun, or fuck, like maybe even Cyberpunk, so I can actually write a Cyberpunk story that fucking matters. Well, play Planescape Torment. Planescape Torment is fairly surreal fantasy. It's like, it's very strange. Like, play Planescape Torment. I believe the Enhanced Edition is on Steam. You could play that, and that would probably be up your boat a little bit. Though it does fall into a lot of the trappings of early CRPGs in that it's practically unplayable now without heavy modding. One more question. Can you tell me where to find Coyote? Her face darkens. Would that I could. I have not seen her in 2 days. She is a smart woman, and quite dangerous, but I fear for her. If she's smart, why fear for her? Because she is in a dangerous line of work, and there is always someone smarter, more prepared. Her room is upstairs. If you are looking for her, I invite you to examine it. You may be able to uncover her whereabouts. I would not normally betray her privacy in this way, but she's missed 2 shifts now and cannot be reached on her comm. It is unlike her. If something has happened, I will not have inaction on my conscience. Here is the key. Yeah, Plains of Numenera would also be pretty surreal. That's true. God. So, I know I started the stream by saying that I'm not super fond of Shadowrun Returns, but there are definitely elements of this that I love a lot. The premise, the hub being a seamstresses union is so good. And Mrs. Kubota is such a good character, and Cherry Bomb is very good as well. And it's like... I guess the thing that makes me not like this game as much as I could is that they realistically play a very minor role in the story and aren't around all that much. Like, I think I would like this game a lot more if Mrs. Kubota fit the role of Kindly Cheng in Shadowrun Hong Kong, where like she's literally like Mrs. Kubota would be our fixer. Yeah, or Paul, exactly. Though I will say, Kindly Cheng is a way better character than Paul. Kindly Cheng is so good. I love her. I can't wait until we get to Shadowrun Hong Kong. That game is really fucking good. Oh, same, bro. The stand is littered with action movies and cigarette butts. A framed painting of the Chicago skyline done in stylized silhouette. I think I know all the passwords to her computer already, but we should read this. For character background. Coyote's bed has a diary with several papers sticking out of it. Privacy doesn't matter anymore in Shadowrun Universe. That's fine. I'm reading her diary. Whatever. Who cares? There's a receipt stuck between the pages and a diary entry. Inspect the receipt. A receipt for a Browning Max Power pistol from Jin Park downstairs with a note saying how big guns on hot women turn her on. Same though. Read the diary entry. I came back from my shift to find 4 of Paco's goons sleeping on our apartment floor. It's getting fragging ridiculous. I want to be with him, with the real Paco, but this Cutter Drek keeps messing everything up. I love him, but he's totally different with the gang. It's how I make cash, baby, he always says. I try to tell him he doesn't need the cash. I can support us both with what I make at the Seamstresses Union. But he still goes on these runs. With these bozos all over my floor, I feel like he's just seeing how far he can push me before I kick him out. I try to be patient, but why does it have to be all one way? As soon as the last Cutter was out the door, I lost it. I told him if he ever pulled Drek like that again, that he would be sleeping in the alley. Of course he begged and pleaded with me, telling me it wouldn't happen again. I don't want to deal with this anymore, but I don't want him to leave. He's the reason I got through all that stuff last year, got my bartending license, got this apartment, and this life. I know he cares about me and loves me, more than his involvement with the Cutters. I just wish I could slice out that gang from our life together. Slice out the fear that comes along with it. Coyote's a very good character too. Oh no. The paper has a handwritten poem on it and a diary entry. Let's just say that Paco should stick to his guns and motorcycles and leave the poetry to others. I really wish they actually wrote a really bad poem. Maybe that says a lot about the writers in that they can't write a bad poem. Sometimes it seems like Paco reads my mind, or my diary. Maybe he does the latter. I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Paco! Ever since last week, he hasn't mentioned the Cutters once. He leaves the apartment with a "see you in a few hours, babe," and returns later without comment. I don't know if it's really going to help for us to avoid the subject in conversation completely, but I have felt better without our constant arguing about it. The last 2 nights I've come home from work to Paco waiting up for me, slouching on the old dumpster couch with a novel 4 inches from his face. I imagine that as I turn the key in the door, he perks up and makes himself look especially studious for when I get the door open. He seems superficially surprised to see me, but I love this little act. Aw. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Look at the picture. The picture shows a young girl with caramel skin and dark brown hair. She has a snake wrapped around her arm, yet she is smiling. The back of the photograph has shadow scrawled on it. Inspect the receipt. ACOD receipt for a special order. 5 pounds of zebra meat from Maury's Meat Emporium, located near Pike Place Market. Cool. A receipt for a wall safe installed near the bathroom. Set to a combination of 342. I forgot that the Shadowrun games are the kind of game where you actually have to write shit down. 342 43. Good that I have like a notepad and a pen, like in my immediate vicinity. Oh. Well, fuck you too, game. The safe beeps cheerfully in response, and the door comes open. Oh, there's literally just a grenade in the safe. Coyote's computer is ancient, probably fished it out of a junkyard. It doesn't even have a data jack, and the cracked display is covered with fingerprints. Tapping the keyboard causes the dust-caked fans to spin up, only to display on-screen password? Without the password, the only other button on the screen is a password recovery option. I will run a brute force password crack. Oh, that's so good. The crack easily unhashes the password. Trust no one, and you are transferred to the desktop. That is a really good reference to the X-Files, where there's an episode where Mulder goes missing, and he's in like, I think he's in Puerto Rico or something. And Scully has to try to crack into his computer, and she tries like to brute force few passwords. She uses the name of his sister and like just dumb stuff, and then she types trust no one, and it works. It's so good. I love that. The computer has a basic list of... Yeah, okay. Let's look at the calendar. 3 days ago, meet with Delilah about gig. Today, meet Paco for a date at Pike Place Market. Due in 30 minutes. Contacts. Yeah, it's always good. There's also a lot of games do the password gag of... Is it the password from Deus Ex? Or is it... I think it's from Deus Ex, right? Where it's like that specific same 4-digit code. The one in Detroit Become Human is like the only good joke in that game. Where the password is just fucking password, because... What the fuck is that character's name even? With the old guy. He's like a total boomer. Okay. Is it Norman? Hank. Why did I think Norman? Yeah, he's actually a millennial. But within the context of like when the game takes place, he's, you know, he's like adjacent to boomer from our perspective. Do you know Paco? He's a ganger, a member of the Cutters. He's a good kid in a nasty line of work. I warned Coyote against getting too attached to that type. They don't live long. That's actually accurate, Needle. That's bound to happen. It's already kind of happening with millennials and Gen Z. Have you heard of Maury's Meat Emporium? Her face twists in disgust. No, I am a vegetarian. You go, Mrs. Kubota. Did you know Jen Parks sold Coyote a gun recently? I'd be more surprised if she hadn't. Bouncers can deal with most of the troublemakers, but around here, you need a gun just to take trash out to the dumpster. That's true. We are too poor. Coyote has a date with Paco at Pike Place Market in the next half hour. If you would go down there, it might bring me peace of mind. I'll call a cab for you. It should be able to get you there in time. Gambate kudasai. Good luck. Gambate. You saw anything better? Did you sell a brownie max power to Coyote, the bartender? Hey, lady, I'm discreet. I don't talk about I don't talk about what my clients or what they buy. Bad for biz. That's not a good sentence. However, I'm sure she would recommend me if she was a customer, which I'm not saying she is. She can't recommend you if she's dead. Did she say anything about why she wanted it? All she said was that she was looking for stopping power. He's back on the drama. Okay, well, what's my current equipment? 2 grenades, basic medkit. I should buy 1 more medkit. All right. Let's leave. I watched the the Super Best Friends did like they did a let's play of the game twice. They did 2 LPs for it. So I probably should have remembered the character's name, but I've sort of repressed a lot of Super Best Friends stuff over the course of the last year, because not super fond of one of the people that was in Super Best Friends. I can't talk about it, so I'm not going to, but I'll just say that. You catch a cab from Touristville to Pike Place Market in a mercifully quiet ride that takes you from probably going to be mugged to probably going to pay too much for your drinks. Compared to the urban wasteland of the Barrens, the downtown area is filled with modern buildings, lighted streets, and unbarred shops, all living beneath the shadows of massive corporate arcologies. For many, these arcologies are home. For others, they are hulking monuments to where the world went wrong. So arcologies are basically, they're like, I believe they're dormitories for people who work for the corpse, and they live exclusively there. They can't leave, so they live in a corporate dormitory, can't leave, and they go to work for the corporation. And the only real way to leave is to literally hire Shadowrunners to break you out. Yeah, but in the context of Shadowrun, the arcologies, I think, are like megacorp dormitories. Because there's a specific one, this is like a Renraku arcology in like East Asia. That's a big thing in Shadowrun lore. Famous for its fishmongers, Pike Place Market has been around since the early 1900s, overlooking the bay. Now it's a market for all things legal and illegal, a melting pot of the haves and have-nots. Even though most of the shops are closed, the sights, sounds, and smells of the market hit you from the moment you step out of the cab. Oh, look. It's almost like this is important, you know? It's almost like the Universal Brotherhood is something that we should keep in mind for the future. With that not so subtle name drop earlier on, and now it being the first fucking thing we saw when we went to a new location. Weird. I don't know what's up with that, guys. The handsome young man turns away from the crowd and fixes you with his full, completely undivided attention. I'll be going now. No, thank you. I ain't buying what you're selling. Refurbished flowers for sale. Is that like... Is that an intentional Final Fantasy VII reference? Or is that meant to specifically highlight how fucked up the world is that people are selling refurbished flowers? Because you can't get just natural flowers anymore. Both? Maybe both. The kid in front of you sports the trademark yellow of the Cutters gang. Young, clean-shaven, he stands like he owns the street and everyone on it. He seems distracted, though, glancing around with increasing agitation. He looks over as you approach. Watch yourself. What do you want? You wouldn't happen to be looking for Coyote, would you? That's none of your fragging business. Who the hell are you? Relax. We're on the same team. I'm Alley Cat. I was just at the Union. Your girlfriend's gone missing, and I'm helping to find her. The tough guy's swagger seems to drain out of Paco. The cutter is gone, and before you stands a kid in a yellow jacket that doesn't quite fit. Coyote's missing? Oh man, that would explain. She was supposed to meet me here over an hour ago. Look, sorry for getting in your face like that. What else do you know? If she's missing, I need to find her. Do you know a fixer named Mr. Delilah? Coyote had a meeting with him a few days ago. I know of him, sure. Blake doesn't allow any cutters to take side gigs, though, so I got no reason to deal with him. Coyote hasn't said anything about taking new work. Wait a minute. Drek. I know where she went. Damn, why couldn't she wait? Damn it. Paco, slow down. Where did she go? The Royal Apartments. The landlord, Stevie J, runs a drug ring out of that hellhole. Coyote grew up there. Doesn't like to talk about it much. She's been looking for a way to settle the score with that guy for years. A few days back, I heard Mr. Delilah was looking for runners to steal some sort of item out from under Stevie J's nose. She must have taken the job, I'm sure of it. And if his thugs caught her, there's a grim determination in Paco's eyes. I'm going over there. You coming? Well, she's my only lead. Let's do this before I change my mind. Your only lead? Hey, what the hell do you want with her anyway? I'm investigating a murder, and she was one of the last people to see the victim alive. She might know something that could help me find the killer. Well, when we get her back, I'm sure she'll help you out. Now let's get moving. The Royale is just a few blocks from here. Okay, we have a fucking shitload of karma already. Okay, so first things first. Okay, which ones will probably be more helpful? Security, maybe? Academic is helpful later for lore. I know she does. She's amazing. I love her. This is actually a hard decision because this determines specific lore that we will be able to get. Because we're gonna deal with cops a lot throughout the course of this, so we should get security, I think. We should also increase that. I don't think I want drone control. Let's do that. Alright. Let's go to Murray's Meat Emporium. Orcs and Forks Grocery. Wait, I want to look at like all the signs. Soy calf. That's a really fucking cool like sign. That's so rad. Nerps. I love Nerps. The small meat stand presents an enormous diversity of dead animals, from cow and canine to the exotic and paranormal. The pictures on the back of the stand feature a much older version of the man in front of you. As soon as he notices Paco, the proprietor's eyes become hard and angry. What do you want? You know we can't afford more. Relax, man. My friend just has a question. Everything cool here? Yeah, everything's swell. Manny continues to stare daggers in Paco's direction. The name's Manny. Now what do you want? I have this receipt for an order of zebra meat. Still have it for me? I'll look it up. Yeah, I got it right here. 2 days past the pickup time. Didn't think anyone was going to come for it. Here, it's all yours now. Do you know someone named Coyote? Nope. I don't go in much for that shaman stuff. What's your problem with Paco? Why don't you ask him? What the hell is that supposed to mean? It means that your gang likes to stroll through here and relieve us merchants of our new yen. My dad stood up to them, and he's still in the hospital. Look, that's not my problem. I'm at the bottom of the cutter ranks anyway. I couldn't do dreck about that even if I wanted to. Tell that to my dad. I don't have time for this. We need to find Coyote. You're right, Paco. Let's get going. Sippy sippy. Hey, this looks bad. As your eyes adjust to the flashing lights, you spot the body of a woman, dead on the pavement behind the police line. Panic spreads across Paco's face. Oh no, is that Coyote? Yeah, no, it's not. Pull yourself together, take a look, is that her? Paco steps forward and breathes a huge sigh of relief. No, it's not her, thank God. Look, let's not hang out here too long, alright? Too many Lone Star pigs around. Paco looks over at the victim again. It's too bad, whatever happened here. I'm not going to let anything like this happen to Coyote. Hey, yeah, you chill out, I need to investigate this. The Ripper took her eyes, apparently. A tall, emotionless Lone Star officer blocks entry to the crime scene. Behind her, you spot the lively face of the organ grinder's coroner, Dresden. This is an active Lone Star investigation. Please step away from the barrier. Ooh, see this immediately paying off. Detective Alicat, Auburn Precinct. We have reason to believe the victim may have been involved in an illegal BTL smuggling ring we're investigating. I'd like to examine her belongings for evidence. Badge and sin, please. Well, it's alright, officer. She's with me. Dresden steps up to the barrier with a warm grin. Okay, maybe that didn't pay off. The officer looks at you with poorly concealed skepticism. Okay then, make it quick. Hey Dresden, what's up? Hey, this man looks a bit suspicious. So, what brings you out here? Hot on the trail of the dead man's killer? Oh, they absolutely are, yeah. Coincidence, believe it or not. I take it I've stumbled across another Ripper murder? Yeah, that's what it looks like. As you can see, the Ripper went for the eyes this time. Pretty clean work. I gotta hand it to him. Ripper knows what he's doing. Or she, I suppose. What do you know about the victim? Well, not much. Dresden scratches his head absent-mindedly, probably breaking some sort of sanitation protocol. She's been dead for about 3 hours. Her name was Lucy Warden, worked at the Stuffer Shack just around the corner. Looks like she was just leaving work when it happened. Can you tell if she was subdued in some way before her eyes were removed? That's the strange thing. There don't seem to be any signs of a struggle. Not a single bruise on her body. Yet, she was clearly alive when the eyes were taken. Died of blood loss shortly thereafter. As to what knocked her out, I won't know until I can run some tests back at the lab. I thought you ran the Redmond franchise. Isn't Pike Place a little far from home? Yeah, well, I don't really mind the change of scenery. Dresden laughs. The coroner for the downtown branch is out on maternity, so I told management that I'd cover for her on this one. Plus, I want this sicko caught. Any sign of magic use here? There was evidence of an unusual explosion in the alley where Sam died. Now there's an interesting thought. No, nothing obvious though. I'm sure when McCluskey shows up, he'll call in a full magical forensics team though, just to be sure. So, the Ripper takes Sam Watts' liver and this woman's eyes. Any theories? Trophies of some sort, I suppose? Probably of some symbolic significance to the killer. Beyond that, I couldn't speculate. That's enough questions. Thanks, Dresden. Hey, I figure if I help you out, that's a better chance to get this scumbag off the streets a little sooner. McCluskey wants the Ripper in a cell, sure, but he couldn't care less if it takes another dozen murders. Good luck out there, eh? Dresden starts to turn back to the body, then stops. Speaking of McCluskey, you should probably get going soon before he shows up. Yeah, probably. I'm gonna talk to this cop real quick. The plainclothes Lone Star officer before you sports a tacky hat and a crooked grin to match. So, you're the one who's working for the dead man, eh? McCluskey warned us you might be sniffing around after the Ripper. Lucky for you, I got here before McCluskey. I'm Officer Aguirre. Pleasure to meet you. Now, seeing as this crime scene is going nowhere fast, what can I do for you? Aguirre? Aguirre? I don't know how to pronounce that. What can you tell me about the murder that took place here? Not much, really. We know it was about 3 hours ago, and we know that her eyes have been surgically removed. Yeah, no, I don't think so. It might just be a slouch hat. Didn't need Dresden to figure out that much. He's been looking at the body, though, so he might have more. Me, I've been scanning the rest of the scene and looking for witnesses, but no luck so far. Damn Ripper might as well be a ghost. I take it you and McCluskey don't exactly see eye to eye? Let's just say McCluskey and I have conflicting interests. Do you have any leads on the Ripper that I should know about? Ha! Plenty, if you ask McCluskey, but the truth is, we're as clueless as you probably are. Thanks for your time, officer. Hey, hold on a minute there. You haven't put in a donation for the Lonely Orphans Fund. The Lonely Orphans Fund? Yeah, see, you make a contribution to the fund, I put you on a list and let you know the next time we find any orphans that you might be interested in. Well, I'm always interested in finding out about any new orphans you discover. Excellent. Shall we save 300 new yen? Sure. His face splits into a wide grin. Excellent. I'll start an account for you. If you get any useful leads on the Ripper, I'll give you a call. Now, I'd better get back to work before McCluskey shows up. See you around. Hey, let's talk to, this man. The elf standing before you may quite possibly be the ugliest elf you've ever seen. Mean. That's very mean. His meticulously clean lab coat, formal jacket, and old-fashioned bow tie give him the look of an undertaker from centuries past. He notices you approach and locks eyes with you, smiling a thin, unnerving smile. Hello there, stranger. Might I inquire, do you know which organ grinder's facility this body will be removed to? Why would you want to know something like that? The elf giggles, a strange, high-pitched warble you would not expect to emerge from his misshapen face. Oh, just a hobby. Never mind that, though. A good evening to you and your friend, the coroner. Hey, that's suspect. What? No. Are you telling me that the slightly disfigured elf that had an interest in where the corpse would be going and that ran off after asking that might be the killer? He's wearing a lab coat. He fits the profile. What? Crazy. Dresden looks up, and a grin spreads across his face. Need something else? Any fascinating new leads? Did you notice a particularly ugly elf standing over there in the crowd earlier? Huh? Where? Dresden scans the spectators surrounding the crime scene. He's gone now, but he was asking about the body, wondering which organ grinder's facility it will be taken to. Interesting. Well, there's those who might be interested in purchasing some of her parts, sure, but that's pretty poor form to inquire at the scene of a murder. An ugly elf, eh? I'll keep an eye out. It shouldn't be hard to spot if he comes back around. No, I don't need to ask Dresden if I can trust the cop. I know that I can't trust the cop. He's a cop. No, I don't want to buy some BTL, thanks. Hey, bud. Wait. They just called her Blind Lucy. The orc before you wears the standard Stuffer's Shack employee getup. The uniform is well kept and well fitted, but the tears streaming down his large crooked face do little to improve his appearance. He does not seem to notice your approach. I take it you knew the victim? Yeah, what's it to you? My condolences. Were the two of you close? Thanks. Sorry, we're just not used to folks being too friendly around here. The orc wipes some tears away with a dirty napkin. Yeah, we were pretty close, as co-workers go. Blind Lucy and I worked here at the shack for 3 years together. Started on the very same day. Blind Lucy? Well, Lucy wasn't completely blind, but she was legally blind. She had to wear these huge glasses and hold things right up to her face. But she got new eyes about a year ago. Any idea how she scored the new eyes? No, she wouldn't talk much about it. Just called it her stroke of luck. I guess that luck ran out. Okay. So, we can already start to piece together a trend with these murders. I will address it once we're done this discussion, though. Seen anyone strange in the store lately? I see weird stuff every day. It's a Stuffer's Shack. But no, nothing stranger than usual. Did Lucy have any enemies? Well, I'm not sure. I know she had an ugly breakup with her boyfriend after getting those new eyes put in. That guy was pretty upset for some reason and wouldn't leave Lucy be until she filed for a restraining order. That all seemed to die down a while ago, though. When was the last time you saw Lucy? Here at the shack earlier today. I think she was heading to the market to meet a friend. Hell, I was going to join her on my way home, but we got some last-minute customers. He sighs. That's all I needed to know. Thanks for your help, and I'm sorry for your loss. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be part of the investigation, would you? In my own way. Why do you ask? Well, Lucy had this necklace. An intricate little carving of a dragonfly on it. Wore it every day. Said her mom gave it to her when she left Denver. Anyway, you know how Lone Star is. All of her stuff will be bagged and placed in evidence storage until the 7th world awakens. I just thought if you could somehow get that necklace back before Lone Star cleans everything up, I could send it back to her family. I feel like I owe her that much. I understand. If I can find it at the scene, I'll bring it to you. Thank you for your help, friend. You know where to find me. Let's go do that. I'm sure Dresden won't mind. So, the thing with this is that, like, hey, Lucy just got new eyes. Her eyes were taken when she was murdered. So, we can assume that because Sam's liver was taken, and he was, you know, a druggie, alcoholic, basically consumed stimulants constantly, his liver was probably pretty fucked. So I would assume, based on this, that the killer goes after people who have received organ transplants. That is a lead so far that our character has yet to put together. Oh wait, can I just pick it up? Yeah, the Luka's multiplied again. Did you just notice? I added 2 more. Oh, did I just get it? Oh. You scan the ground near Lucy's body and spot a small wooden object, mostly hidden beneath the dead woman's hair. This must be the necklace Frank was talking about. A thin, broken cord trails off to one side. It must have snapped during the struggle. Lean down to pick up the necklace. As you start to reach for the necklace, a slim black, just reaching for my wallet, I'd like to make a contribution to the Lone Star, morale fund. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. My power grows. As he takes the necklace from you, you can sense a weight lifting from Frank's shoulders. I'm glad I can do this for Lucy, at least. Thank you, friend. I owe you. Happy to help. We got more karma that I will save. Where are we going? Oh, there. Okay, I'm ready. You roll up on the most impressive bit of tenement squalor you've seen in a long time. There's few street lamps here, and what light there is flickers with uncertainty. Most of the buildings are damaged and tagged. The smell of old, rotting trash mixed with you don't want to know is overwhelming. It's no wonder people living here turn to BTLs. Anything's better than this. The better than life chip is the newest drug on the market. You don't need a good life. You can slot someone else's, live through them, and wreck your brain in the process. The front doors of the Royale apartments aren't even locked. As you step inside, you can hear a junkie crying for another hit. It's time to find Coyote and find out what she knows about the night of Sam's murder. You think the killer is someone who needs organs? That is a good theory to start with. It becomes more clear as we go, you know, because that's how mysteries work. I will take a little break, and then we'll come back, and we'll go through all the Combat, that is sure to be here. Alright, I'm back. I totally forgot that I downloaded the Off soundtrack exclusively so we could get some pepper steak in the playlist. I should add that to the playlist, like, after this stream. I should probably actually stream Off at some point. I've never actually played all the way through it. The Royale Apartments. What a hole. Can't imagine what it was like for a coyote growing up here. Paco trails off. These poor people. What a waste. If Coyote's here, we have to hurry. She's good, but, well, these BTL guys pay to stay well informed. They may have known she was coming. Alright, let's, oh, hi. Hi, Tweaker. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you money so you can get more drugs. That sounds... Stop your pleading. Your boy has debts and we're collecting. Please, Riker. No, he's my son. Oh, that's such an unfortunate name. Oh, you poor man. Get your ass back in your squat before I break something else. I'll send him upstairs instead. You want me to give him to Stevie? Maybe after he kills that girl we caught. No, it sounds like we could help. We should help. Hey, bud, where'd you go already? Oh, hello. I haven't seen you before, lady. Looking to go somewhere special? A scream echoes through the pipes of the rotten walls. Hard to tell where it came from. What was that sound? He smiles with his mouth, but his eyes say predator. Who knows? Could be anything. Probably someone riding the wrong end of a Yakuza execution BTL. We get all kinds. I can hook you up if you're interested. Listen, Slot. This isn't a stuffer shack. Buy something or get out. Hey, don't touch that. I'm gonna touch it again. I've decided that I need to kick your ass. How did you already get that much distance, my dude? Hey, Paco, do you have a gun? Yeah, you do. Uh-oh. We should kill him quickly. Fuck. Uh-oh. Ow. Get fucked. Alright, so is the elevator active? Yep. Oh, hello. Welcome to the party, I guess. Don't shoot Paco. He's my friend. This game has very, very, very cool music. I like it a lot. Okay, got the passcode for the elevator. That's rad. I need to save somebody here, I guess. Hey guys. You look like you're having a nice time. Oh, that's not the one that I want. BTL library. No. Oh. Wait, why are you trying to... Oh, hello. Tickler? Who are you? Get out! Can you see I'm working here? Unlike your friend, I can tell you're not going to be reasonable. Afraid I have to kill you. Oh. Well, I'm just coming in here and just murdering folks, huh? Wow, you one shot. Hi. I don't know who you are, but thanks. You'd better lay low for a while. It's about to get messy around here. Oof. I don't think I can move. Can you at least tell my dad? Yeah, I can do that. Hi, simp. Cool it. I saved your son from those thugs across the hall. I don't know how to thank you. Why does he look like Matt Bragg? Oh, he's probably a backer character. That tracks. Enter the passcode. Is the elevator the smart... No, it's not. Hold on. This is not the smart way to go. Sad old man. Like a lazy pigeon, he watches you approach. Not from around here, are you? I don't want any trouble. Easy, Gramps. I'm just looking for information, then I'm gone. Bad day to come around here unexpected. Bit of a commotion upstairs. Stevie's men are twitchy. This pretty young thing came through earlier, snipping around like you two are. I could tell she weren't here for BTLs. Don't know how she got upstairs, but there was a lot more gunfire than there usually is this time of day. That's not good. Did you see her come back down again? Nope. A couple of Stevie's men came around asking what anyone saw. Kept my mouth shut, I did. Where's Stevie holed up? You got the whole top floor all to himself. Fancy sees the king around here. Great, now this is an extraction. Hey old man, you know how to get upstairs? You've been right friendly, but I can't get on the wrong side of Stevie J. I'm sure you understand. Look, we're here to save her. Do you really want that girl's fate on your conscience? Damn it, you're right. You can go on through my place. Thanks, old guy. Hopefully you're considerably less sad in the future. You seem nice. Once we go upstairs, I'm not leaving until I find Coyote or I'm dead. You get it? I get it. Let's do this. I can't remember if characters permanent... Oh, they do, don't they? Do characters permanently die in this game? I can't remember. Uh-oh. Stevie J's penthouse apartment might have been nice at one point in time. Classic, even. But now it's filled with neon tube lighting, broken down furniture, piles of rubbish, and crates containing who knows what. Still, compared to the rest of what you've seen, it's positively palatial. The only place marring the penthouse's pseudo-luxury is a woman's cry of pain in the distance, followed by laughter. Someone being tortured for another's pleasure. You step deeper into the apartment. It does. I know for a fact that the later Shadowrun games don't. But I can't remember if this one has permadeath for side characters. Okay, so we have that to deal with. Can Paco do it? Shove the zebra meat through the bars. Open the door. Hi. Oh, fuck. Good job, Coyote. A raspy, manic voice booms over the penthouse PA system. I don't really care to voice Stevie J. Fuck you. You're dead now. Coyote is badly injured, but she's managing to hold it together. You Coyote? No time to talk. Coyote kneels and picks up the fallen guard's shotgun. It's time to finish this. Alrighty. Let's do some murder. I love doing murders. How was that not a flank? I'm so perplexed by how this earlier one handles doing damage. Ow! Fuck off. Hello, why'd you do that? How did that? Fuck off. This game is so nonsensical sometimes with its RNG. Oh, well. You have a grenade. You have nothing on you. Good shot. Slightly better shot. Okay. Let's go here. Oh, is it really just like the 3 dudes up here? This fight is so anticlimactic. Cool. He's dead now. About time you got here, Paco. Who's your friend? Just another professional. I need to ask you some questions. Paco glares. Not now. Coyote, we need to get you back to the Union. Mrs. Kubota has that med lab in the basement. No. Coyote speaks through gritted teeth. No, I need to finish the other thing I came here for. I need to find something from Mr. Delilah first. A stash of gems. Delilah? I thought you said you'd never do another deal with that man. Look, Paco. I needed an excuse to come back here and settle some debts. Figured I might as well get paid for it. Her voice is strong still, but her body's beginning to shake. Paco will help her get back to the Union. I'll find those gems for you, then meet you there. Coyote's very good. Coyote looks as though she's about to argue, but says nothing. Come on, Coyote, let's go. Well, I got passcodes. Why do I feel like there's gonna be something bad in here? Oh, hi! Because there is. Oh, God, please don't kill me. I hate this. I hate this enemy. Fuck. All the way off, bud. Oh, thank God. Okay, I have the gems. Let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Despite Coyote's clear desire to stand on her own 2 feet, Paco needs to help her through the door into the Seamstresses Union. Heads raise, and the front door of the bar falls strangely silent. Paco stands by her side now, not speaking. His dark eyes flat with fury. Coyote presses a rag to her clawed-up face. She winces, but manages to keep control as she breathes in slow, deep breaths to manage the pain. Taking a closer look, you see her arm isn't much more than shreds of meat and broken bone, held together by tendons and burned skin. It'll be a miracle if she still has it by the end of the night. Mrs. Kubota is tending bar herself when Paco walk carries the mangled and bleeding coyote into the Union. As soon as the boss lady lays eyes on her missing bartender, the place gets quiet, fast. By the time she rounds the bar to meet you, Coyote is the color of wet spackle, and there's something new in her eye. Fear. This woman has faced down hellhounds, but the sight of Mrs. Kubota has her staring at the floor and mumbling. Woman, how dare you miss 2 shifts and come back and bleed on my floor? I'm sorry, Mrs. Kubota. I had a run that went bad. So, I can see that. Your arm is a mess. Was this your crusade again? Do not answer. It will only upset me further. You caused me to worry about you, Coyote, and that distracted me from my business. Hi, Mrs. Kubota. My apologies again. Cherry, take her downstairs to Dr. Castle. Yes, ma'am. And tell Castle to put something new and shiny where that arm used to be. Mrs. Kubota, I can't afford a cyber arm. I am aware of your financial situation. When you are healed, we will discuss the concept of Giri, the debt of honor. Now go, bleed elsewhere. I love Mrs. Kubota so much. Yes, ma'am. She's so fucking good. Her anger at Coyote's rashness slowly washes from her eyes and is replaced by tears. She sniffs, wipes them away, and inclines her head to you. The more arigato, Alley Cat. That girl is precious to me. It is not often that we see acts like these in the Barrens. You have performed a great service for my little family, and I welcome you into my home. Consider it yours while your work keeps you here. But we both know that words are mere air. Beyond my thanks, I offer you this remuneration. Please take it as a show of respect. I am honored, Mrs. Kubota. Thank you. You are most welcome, and I offer more than simple lodging. You will find that there is more to the Union than meets the eye. Below us is a small facility available exclusively for discriminating independent operatives like yourself. In it, you will find vendors selling the best gear the black market has to offer, a fully equipped cyberdock, and a secure place to rest when the dreck hits the fan, as they say. My, you are quite the entrepreneur. Indeed. Normally, I require a percentage of the runner's income for the use of this facility, but as I said, you're family now. Consider it on the house. To gain entrance, play GAFFC on the piano. Hey, thanks, Mrs. Kubota. You're rad. Where did the gun lady go? Yeah, we don't have anything important to say to him right now. Johnny. Johnny leans on his seemingly brand new mop and surveying the crowd at the Union. Thanks for the tip the other day. Mrs. Kubota said I should go to the safe house, but I don't quite know where that is. Alright. Thanks, bud. No, we're not gonna play chopsticks. Very cute, though. Sick. There's Dr. Castle. Oh, wait, are you guys watching Blaseball? I think they're watching Blaseball. You have new clothes. I want... Is that a Hawaiian shirt? Oh my god. I kind of want that. Oh, hell yeah. That's not... That's not a very Shadowrun look, though. Let's do this, I guess? That's not half bad. I don't like the hat, though. Make it quick, I need to operate. Thanks for helping me out back there. No, Sheen, you should be okay now. We'll see. It's gonna take years to work off this debt. Okay, folks, I'm going to have to ask you go sit in the waiting area. Watch some trivia or something. This young lady and I have work to do. Take it easy, Coyote. We'll be here when you wake up. Who said anything about me going to sleep? Just give me something to bite on. Cool. Coyote's so fucking cool. He's keeping the scars and getting a robot arm. Coyote looks both better and worse than you last saw her. All the gaping holes are plugged and she's sporting a shiny new cyber arm. But now that the adrenaline has worn off, it's clear she needs some rest. Good morning. Thanks to the miracle of modern science, combined with Doc Castle's magical healing powers, I'm almost good as new. Better, really. Nice arm. Thanks. Mrs. Kubota will have me working it off for the rest of my life. You look like you've got something on your mind. I have some questions. About Sam Watts. Sam Watts? What about him? Sam's dead. Holy dreck, Sam. I can't say I'm surprised. He was on a downward spiral for a long time. What can I tell you? We know about as much as we need to know about Sam as the person. It was a pretty average night. Regular crowd as I remember. Sam was drinking with a guy named Armitage. Dick Armitage? Yeah, you know him? Met him. He's a charmer too. She bites her lower lip. I like gingers. Anyway, Jake and Sam were having a few... Well, Jake was having a few. Sam was tossing him back, but good. Eventually, he got loud, the way he sometimes did when he mixed drinking and who knows what, and Mrs. Kubota wanted him ejected. Mr. Clue wasn't around, can't remember why, so she asked Jake to do the honors. Jake dragged him out the back into the alley, and that's the last time I saw Sam. You said he got loud. Do you remember what he was saying? She thinks. Standard Sam Jack, how he grew up rich and didn't deserve this, how he hated his mother, how he loved his mother. It was pretty pathetic stuff. Did Sam have any enemies? She thinks. Enemies? That's hard to say. Sam partied hard, and when he did, he ran his mouth off pretty good. Got his ass kicked on more than one occasion. But no, I don't think he had any enemies. At least none that I'm aware of. Where did Sam live? On the streets, mostly. He'd occasionally convince someone to let him flop on their couch, but he'd always overstay his welcome and get kicked out after a few days. Sometimes they'd sneak him down here so he could crash in one of the bunks. He used one the night before I saw him last. How bad was his drinking? If it was just the drinking, it would have been bad. But Sam wasn't the monogamous type. He dabbled in everything. Booze, chips, drugs. He loved the nitro. Whatever he could get his hands on. It wasn't always like that, but once he got sick, he started using more and more stuff to try and forget about it. Sam was sick? Dying. Didn't you know? Yeah, everyone could tell. You could just look at him and see he was a walking corpse. It had to be the drinking. Then he disappeared for a while, and one day he came back all better. Looked good, even. Did he say how he got better? He said his mom helped him out. Never said how, though. Tell me about Sam. I hear you liked him. I did. He made me laugh. No one else seemed to like Sam's jokes, but I did. No accounting for taste. Sam made some bad jokes. Thought when he was sober, he was chill and funny. I guess I knew him the best of everyone here. Sorry he's gone. Thanks, Coyote. Now I need you two to do something for me. What do you need, babe? I need you to talk to Mr. Delilah for me about the Royale run. He is usually upstairs. Tell him I didn't get the gems. Maybe I can take another run at it when I recover. I will. But, hold on. We got the gems, though. You got them. Let's do that. Oh. Do that. Oh, that's true. Good point. Fair point. The bunk is a mess and reeks of booze. Searching through the sheets, blankets, and pillow, you find an old photograph that has seen a lot of wear. Yeah. The pictures of a blonde boy and girl, both about age 14, sitting on a dock on the edge of a lake. They appear to be twins. The boy has his arm tight around the girl's shoulders and is mugging for the camera. The girl is planting a kiss on his cheek while making rabbit ears behind his head with her fingers. Look at the image on, check the back of the photo. Written in a woman's hand are the words, Sam and Jessica. Lake Somamish State Park, summer 2040. So, Sam received a note from Jessica pretty soon before he died. Paco? And I guess we can only assume that that's his sister? Mr. Delilah looks small and tough, with an untraceable shoddy on his back and a heavy vest under his trench coat. He's got the air of someone who gets things done and occasionally does them himself. He might be an ex-runner, one of the rare ones smart enough to move over to management when he felt his reflexes slowing down. What do you want? Mr. Delilah, we have business to discuss. What business? I got no business with you. We're with Coyote. She's indisposed at the moment. At the mention of Coyote, he finally gives you his full attention. Why didn't you say so? Coyote's late and my client is getting anxious. Where is she? Downstairs, trying on a new arm. Your run went south for her. No kidding? Well, whatever. She's tough. She'll pull through. So, who are you two? Alley Cat. He's Paco. Great. We're all introduced. Now, give me my stones. Hold back the pebble with the runes on it and give him the rest. In an instant, there's a jeweler's scope on his eye. Moving quickly through what appear to be the most valuable stones, he stops when he can't find what he's looking for. He glares at you, furious, and throws the rest of the gems in your face. It's not here. What? He exhales and slowly wags his head as he speaks. Let me explain the way the world works to you. I hire someone to do a job, they do it. Then they get paid and we part happy. Now you have something that I paid Coyote to get for me. That makes it mine. So you give me the pebble and we won't make any more work for Johnny Clean. Double the fee and the pebble is yours. See, this isn't gonna go well. Double what I currently owe you? Done. Now hand it over. Coyote may not have told you, but the penalty for being late with the delivery was no payment. But I'm feeling magnanimous today, so you guys can keep the gems that I threw in your damn face. Mr. Delilah looks you up and down, takes you all in, smiles to himself. Listen, you look like the sort of woman who might run a crew of your own one day. Might need a little talent. When that happens, you come to me, I'll set you up. Okay. Looks like you impressed him. I no offense for those gems. Van Grass, follow me. Okay. Cool. Hey, bud. It's time to talk to you now. You're back. Still busy. What's your story? I can see you're a busy man. He nods his head. That's right. And so I wouldn't bother you if I hadn't come into possession of these rare stones. You have his attention. Rare stones, huh? Let's see these rare stones. You hear the servos in Van Grass's cyber eye whir as a magnifying lens slips into position. He bends his head over the stones for 2 seconds, maybe less. Where'd you get this Drac? A gumball machine? I'll give you 1,000 for him. That's our only option. Alright. Cool. I guess we're done. Did we go back down now? You're back. I think the highlights of the Wolves game will be on soon. Want to take a load off and watch them with me? Sam have a sister? Her brow furrows. Yeah, I think he did. He mentioned her once. It didn't sound like they got along that well. Your comm link chips and the screen... No, that's not the right. Your comm link chirps and the screen shows the smiling face of Officer Aguirre. If he's smiling, it must be about money. Are all cops on the take as happy as you? Yeah, we have our own clubhouse and everything. As per our discussion, I'm informing you of another Ripper murder. The victim worked at the NTSB investigation facility down on the docks. You owe me for this. Put it on my tab. You there now? Better get there quick before McCluskey arrives. Another Ripper murder? Where? The docks. I've got to go. Okay, listen. I want to help. You dragged me out of the Royale before. Something bad happened. Worse than getting my arm torn off, and Sam was my friend. You head to the docks and I'll see if I can track down Sam's sister Jessica. I almost said sisterka. She might be able to help us. Thanks, I appreciate the help. Cool. Well, we have a lead. We have Coyote as our, like, I don't know, Oracle, I guess? And that's where the stream ends for the night. God, this game is so good. It does... I prefaced the stream by saying that I'm not too fond of this one, but now that I'm playing it, I'm like, this one's really fucking good too. It's a really good introduction into, the universe. And I like it a lot. Yeah, it's good until the end. Anyway, tomorrow I will be back. We'll be streaming a little bit more Other Side. But we'll be streaming more of this throughout the week. I have Hylix 2 scheduled for Thursday, but I'm kind of reconsidering. I kind of want to see about playing through Night in the Woods on stream. I have that just kind of sitting around, and I haven't done any content for it, so that might be fun. So Thursday will either be Hylix 2 or Night in the Woods. I'm kind of leaning towards the latter, though. Anyway, I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night. And as always, good sleep.